Nobody does it better. Nobody does it better. They can come closer than close.
Goals. Okay, I got my apartment. I'm working. I'm making okay money. And I'm doing what I want to do as far as being in school or whatever. But I feel like that's just not it. You know, I want to help women. That's another story, but another story for another time. But I was at this place called the Wise Place, and I met so much women. And I want to open up a place for women. I want to minister to women. I want to provide them with a place to stay, you know. I want to do something to give back. So I want to be a business owner, you know. I want to do a nonprofit organization. And then also, my husband wants to. That was 3 years ago. I was staying in an apartment. My rent was $600. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. It wasn't in a really nice neighborhood, but you can see how grateful and how proud I was if you go back and watch that first video. My husband was in prison at the time, and I believe at my job I was only making $13 an hour as a receptionist at Rediscover, which is a mental health facility, which I loved doing, by the way, because I'm passionate about psychology, mental health, and empowering people. And also I'm fascinated with how the mind works. But although I have changed and evolved so much since then, that dream is still the same. That goal is still the same. That fire that I have in my heart for that is still the same. It was 3 years ago in 2020. I even want to just go back a little further before that, and I want to say 12th grade. 12th grade, I had a direct encounter with God. It wasn't a happy encounter. It was actually I was actually in a really dark place. I was dealing with depression, anxiety, all sorts of other stuff that I won't get into. But I had a personal encounter with God. I talked about the Wise Place. There was a time in my life, I was 19 years old, I found myself at a homeless shelter. I thought it was going to be the worst experience ever until God started placing women in my life and allowing me to have epiphanies and revelations like, ooh, I kind of like this. I can see myself doing this. I believe that was 2 years before I made that video. So I'm very, very excited. I sometimes do get frustrated because I feel like the vision could have evolved way much more. But then again, life has happened. And I'm just still excited that I still have that passion for it. So I'm declaring and I'm decreeing that those seeds that I planted a long, long, long time ago will continue to bloom, will continue to flourish. Since then, I've gotten my LLC, my EIN. I've gotten my business officially registered. I threw a conference last year, and I did a small vision board party. I I created a Facebook group, or Girl Get Up created a Facebook group with 600 members now. And I've had some people prophesy and speak into that vision. The vision is not lost, and I'm thankful because I know one day I am going to live to fulfill the vision that God has given me. I've been praying about it for years, and I can see it happening right before my eyes. So I'm very excited about that. And I definitely just made this video because sometimes we have to go back. I'm 26. I found out I was first passionate about this, having this nonprofit or this organization, when I want to say 19 years old, so 7 years ago. But sometimes we have to go back to that very first encounter when God spoke to us, and realize and reflect and look at that root. We got to dig up that root, dig up those feelings, so that it can give us that little extra push, like, hey, you can't let go of this. There's purpose for this. And I say you are the one for the job. Sorry. That was a nap. You are the one for the job. And I'm going to tell you, it gets frustrating because you come across a lot of different things and obstacles, and which may be doubt, fear, comparison, worry, anxiety, that tries to make you doubt your ability to create, your gift to create. But you just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. I just look and I think back, if I would have never kept dreaming. I was in a 2-bedroom apartment making $13 an hour. My husband was in prison at the time. What if I would have never kept dreaming and envisioning that our family would have been reunited again, or that my family deserved a bigger space, or that I deserved a bigger job, or that I could even be a business owner, that I could even throw a conference, that I could even get on YouTube and say that my voice matters, my opinion matters. What if I didn't? But I can tell you, I'm so grateful that I did, and that this is still only the beginning, even though it's been 7 years. So I'm excited to see what God has in store. I'm excited to see what He has for my life, even if sometimes we have to go back to before. I was doing this fast this morning, and I'm getting ready to go to this conference. The apostle, she was talking about going back to the things. She said going back but not looking back. So I had to go back, and I went back and looked at those videos. I went back and
dry bones, 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 dry bones. I'm calling every dry bone back. Come back to life. Shall these bones live? The prophet says, God, only you know. God says, if I asked it, I expect it. And because God has been asking your dry bones to come to life, I come into agreement that if God asked it, yeah, that's what deliverance looks like. Keep jumping, sis. I heard God say you're going to jump into the next dimension. Keep going, sis. I I heard God saying you're going to swing your arms and look up and they're going to be wings. I say, God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. What we preaching about? Hallelujah.